Today, you'll learn a free method of setting up a dropshipping store using WooCommerce, AliExpress, and DSers. I'm Alex, and welcome to IdeaSpot. You'll be able to take any product from AliExpress, import that product into your own WooCommerce store like I've done here, and by using DSers, you can automatically sell the products to your customers. I'm just using the free version to do this. I'll show you how I did it. Let's get started. So we're just going to need 4 things to do this. A WooCommerce store, so you can get that set up for free. We've covered this on the channel plenty of times before. You'll need a DSers account and an AliExpress account. Those things only take a few seconds to set up. We're going to cover that in a minute. You'll need good web hosting. This is the only thing that costs money in the whole tutorial. So I've covered web hosting on the channel plenty of times as well. I'll get to my recommendations in just a second. Okay, for hosting, over on my blog, ideaspot.com.au, under hosting, I've got my recommendations for WordPress hosting. So overall, I really like Cloudways. I've got a tutorial link there and a free 3-day trial. Also for beginners, I really like SiteGround, so I've got a tutorial there and a big discount for those of you getting started. And for the more advanced users, I really like Vulture, so that is really best-in-class price to performance. I've got a tutorial there, 30 days of free credit if you use that link as well. I'll put all of these in the description as well, so you can go straight there. I've also made a new playlist with all my WooCommerce and hosting videos here, so I'll link to that as well in the description. Cloudways setup, Vulture setup, SiteGround setup, and WooCommerce setup are probably the most important ones. Then I've got a few tutorials on tweaking stores and customizing stores down here as well, so check those out as well. Now this tutorial will work with pretty much any WordPress theme. I'm using Kadence theme. I'm using the free version of Kadence, and I'm using this starter site called Print Store. This is what I've set up on ideademo.site. I've got an IdeaSpot demonstration store that I'm going to use and set this up as a dropshipping site. Besides the Print Store starter site, Kadence also has this eCommerce general store, and besides Kadence, which is probably my favorite free WordPress theme at the moment, there's also the Astra theme, which has some really nice free online WooCommerce stores as well. So this is Brand Store, this is Simply Natural, which is a really nice white-based, clean-looking store. We've got the Beauty Cosmetics store from Astra and the Print store from Astra. So all of these are free. You can set them up with starter templates that I've shown how to do on the channel before, like I've shown in that playlist. But in this video, I really just want to focus on importing products from AliExpress into WooCommerce and setting up that automatic fulfillment process. So just the basics of dropshipping. Okay, the system we're going to use to connect our WooCommerce store to AliExpress is this service called DSers. Now, this is quite a good option because this is an AliExpress official dropshipping partner. And for those of you getting started with dropshipping, they have a very good free plan. So just head over to dsers.com and click try it for free. We just pop in an email and password and click get started. From here, it's going to run a setup wizard. So we select our platform. We're going to be using WooCommerce to do this and click access. Now, before you link your store, just make sure you're logged into WordPress. So I'm logged into my store here, ideademo.site, in my dashboard in another tab. So just make sure you're logged in before you try to connect your store to DSers. Also, make sure that you're logged into your AliExpress account. So over at aliexpress.com, just go to account and sign in. You can create an account or just sign in with a Google account. So there we are, all signed into AliExpress and signed into WordPress. It just makes things easier to link during this process. Now it's going to ask for our website domain. For this demonstration, I've set up a starter template store over on ideademo.site. So I'm going to pop that in as my store for this tutorial and click add store. It's going to go through and do the authorization process here. From here, it's going to ask us to authorize access to our store. So we're just going to go ahead and click approve. Now you will need to be logged into your WordPress WooCommerce store for this to work. So make sure you've logged in already, like we mentioned before, but click approve. And then the connection should finish up. Now it's going to ask us to link to AliExpress. So I'm going to click that one and go ahead and agree to the terms of service here. Now it's going to ask us which plan we'd like to use. So for this tutorial, we're just going to use the free plan. The free plan is actually very generous. You can run up to 3 stores with 3,000 products. So that's more than enough to get started. I think the main difference you get when you use these paid plans is access to the affiliate program here. Now, the affiliate program lets you make a few more percentage points of revenue based on how much sales you're doing. So it's not really worth it until you're making quite a decent amount of sales. I would say at least $500 or $1,000 of sales a month before these ones become worth it. So just start out with the free plan and then move on to these advanced and pro options as you gain more experience and your store becomes more successful and grows. All right, so let's just click Get Started here. Now it's going to run you through a 4-step tutorial. Let's just go through this quickly and click Start the tutorial. First step is connecting DSers to your Woo store. We actually already did that step, so let's go ahead and click Next. You can actually link more stores, so that's pretty cool as well. Go ahead and click Next there. Then we're going to link DSers to our AliExpress account, so that'll be the next step. And then we just have to start adding products to our store. And finally, we have to set up a shipping method. And then we can place orders as they come in. And here it's just going to remind you that DSers will synchronize automatically with your store. So it'll handle your order status and tracking numbers. It'll automatically sync the tracking numbers to WooCommerce, and it'll automatically trigger WooCommerce shipping confirmation emails to your customers. So very, very automated process, very easy to use. And finally, you should avoid manually fulfilling the orders. Let DSers automatically handle this for you. So best to avoid manual fulfillment whenever possible. And don't worry that I skipped through this part pretty quickly. You can always get back to that tutorial with this little light bulb icon. So let's get on to the rest of the tutorial. So we can just click OK on this automatic synchronization message. Click Got it. And like I said earlier, you can always get back to that tutorial by clicking that light bulb down there, and that will take us back to our tutorial so you can find those tips again at any time. All right, so far you should have your AliExpress account linked, and then you should see the store that you linked there. So that's our first 2 steps. Now let's head over to settings. Let's head up to the top here under account, and let's verify our email address before we get too far into this. So let's send verification email. Now it's just going to tell you to follow the link in the email that was just sent. So let's head over to our Gmail. We've got our email setting here for our confirmation. Let's go ahead and confirm. And there's our success message. This is going to forward us back to our account. And here we are. So that step is all done. All right, now let's continue with our settings. So the next step here is shipping. Now by default, you've got global here. If you click the arrow there, the default option is AliExpress standard shipping. That's fine. The other one we might want to add here is ePacket. So just type in ePacket. There we are. So that's another good shipping method. Just click save there when you're done. So basically, if the standard shipping is not available, then it will go for ePacket. So depending on the supplier, they might prefer Ali or ePacket, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and click save. Most of them will have standard shipping. Next thing we can look at here is email. We want to turn the email on. So here it's going to prompt us to install the DSers plugin on WordPress. So it'll give you instructions on how to install the DSers plugin. It's actually very easy. Let's head to our dashboard and go to plugins, add new. If we just go ahead and search for DSers there, go ahead and click install and then activate. There we go. There we'll see our DSers plugin is in our dashboard now. So let's click that on there. It's going to verify permissions, and there we are successfully linked. So I'm just going to close out of this. And then if we click on, that should work just fine. So this is a really nice feature because this automatically sends a confirmation shipping email to your customer with the tracking information on there. So we're going to do the tracking information a little bit later. So let's move on to that now. So let's click tracking. All right, now the quickest way of doing this one is just clicking here, just click custom. I'm going to call this standard shipping. And the tracking URL, you can use your own tracking, or if set up 17 track as a free service here. So let's use that one and then just go ahead and click save. Now we can go ahead and turn on our tracking email and click save again. There we go. All right, now let's have a look at notifications. We want to get notified when products are out of stock or unavailable. We want to get notified on price changes and click save. And down here, when a product is out of stock, we want WooCommerce to set the quantity to 0 on WooCommerce. And when inventory changes, we want to update WooCommerce automatically. We click save. All right, next step is pricing rules. So pricing rules are a really quick way of adding a profit margin to your items that you're importing to your store. So let's turn this one on. So for our regular price, we can add, say, $20 to the cost of the item. And then for the sale price, maybe add $15 to the cost of the item. And go ahead and save that. So for example, if we were selling this wooden mug it's $5. We'd add $20 to that. So it would be $25 on its regular price, or maybe $20 on its sale price. So set that however you like, but I'm going to use this just for this example. You'll also notice that a lot of AliExpress items have a strange number of cents, 56 cents or 22 cents or whatever. You can automatically make this whatever you like. So I'm going to change that to 99 cents or 95 cents just to look a little bit neater in the store. So go ahead and click save there as well. Then let's go ahead and click report. We're using US dollars for the store. I think this is probably the best way for selling things internationally. 90% of your sales are going to be US dollars anyway, and people in English-speaking countries are usually used to dealing in US dollars. So probably the quickest way of getting started and getting set up. And finally, we've got a few things in other that we can tweak. So we want to turn the sync AliExpress orders on in WooCommerce. So I'm just going to click that one on, and canceled orders optimization. We can turn that one on. We can leave a message to AliExpress sellers. Now it is worth putting something in here just to remind the seller that we are a dropshipper. So this is a dropship item. Please use plain unbranded packaging so they don't put their own store's branding on the packet. Just make sure you pop something like that in there. I've just said this is a dropship item. Please use plain unbranded packaging and click save. And there's an option to override the phone number here. Put your own phone number in here. So if the supplier needs to call you, they'll call you rather than calling your customers. So I'm going to pop in a phone number here. Don't forget to put your country code first. So for Australia, 61, and then pop your number in there. So 412-123-456, whatever your number is, go ahead and fill that in and click save. And finally, down the bottom, synchronization settings are set to 7 days by default. So that seems fine. We can finish up here and let's head back. Let's click on the icon there and head back to our main dashboard. So now we are ready to start importing products. Now it does give you the option of doing the tutorial of creating a test product. I'm going to skip that because it's actually very easy to add a product for real. We just head over to the import list and paste in an AliExpress product URL here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go with this AliExpress wooden barrel style mug. So I found this through the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. You can actually Google for AliExpress Dropshipping Center and you'll find a link to the AliExpress Dropshipping Center there. You can go ahead and log in and you can actually find products to sell for dropshipping. So this is a good way of finding products and suppliers when you're starting out, because all the suppliers will be used to supplying dropshippers because this is the Dropshipping Center, obviously. So you can click find products to sell. I just searched for mug and scrolled down. I thought, okay, this one looks pretty cool. This wooden barrel style mug. Let's use this for the demonstration. So I'm just going to grab this URL and copy it, head back to our import list section and paste that in there and click OK. After a few seconds, our item shall appear here. Let's go ahead and edit the product. First thing I'll do is change the title. The title always has way too many keywords in AliExpress, so let's just call it wooden barrel mug. Next thing we can do is add categories and tags. It'll actually import the categories from our store. So I'm going to choose mug for the category. It'll actually bring in the stores. Like I'm in my WooCommerce store here under products and categories, and we've already have mugs and t-shirt categories in this store. So whatever you've got in your store, it will automatically detect that and bring it into DSers for you. So I've just chosen mug there, and then we can look at variations. In this case, I only have one variation, but in situations where there's different colors or sizes, there you will be able to see the different variations of your product. Let's move on to description. So in the description, it's basically going to pull all the description info from AliExpress and put it into your description. So everything that's in the product's description here is going to get copied into here. So you can remove or add things as you like. So I don't need to put all the images here. So I'm just going to select all that and delete them out. And I might just mention the first few things here. Yeah, I'll just write whatever you like in there. I think for the demonstration, let's keep it simple. I'm just going to remove most of the text here. So that seems fine for the tutorial. You can just put whatever you like in the description, obviously. Let's move on to images. So make sure you're okay with all the images that AliExpress is going to import. It's useful to actually download the pictures at this stage too, because you get access to the original images. And if you want to do your own graphic design and things, you can use these source images to work on for yourself. So I'm just going to go ahead and download those. Those will go into my downloads folder. And finally, shipping info, that just gives you some information about the shipping times to various countries. You don't actually need to fill anything out here. It's just for information. So we're basically done here. We can go ahead and click save. So now that we've done our product, description, title, images, we can go ahead and push to WooCommerce. So here it's just going to confirm this is the store that it's going to, ideademo.site. We're going to apply those pricing rules that we selected earlier, and we can also publish it directly to the store. If we don't click this one, it's going to publish as a draft. This one will publish it live onto our WooCommerce store. So let's go ahead and click push to WooCommerce. So here it's just going to say it's going to take a few seconds to sync to the store. We can close the window and DS will keep syncing from the background. So we can close that one. It's just going to remind us here, don't log out or refresh or close the page. Just wait for it to get finished. But we'll get a success message here. Products are pushed successfully. So that is all good. We can close that one. It is worth mentioning that if you didn't want to use the pricing rules that we set earlier, you could have set the prices manually under the edit product, under the variations. You can input the prices manually there if you like, sale price and regular price, if that's what you want to do. All right, so now that this product has been pushed to our store, we can actually head over to our store under WooCommerce products, and we can see this wooden barrel mug is now in our store. And then we can actually view it. I'm going to right click and open that in a new tab, and we can see in our store, we've got our wooden barrel mug. There it is, all set up, ready to go. So this product will be set up to match whatever theme you're currently using. This is Kadence theme, so this is what it looks like. One thing that's worth mentioning is that it'll always import these things as variable products. And in this case, it's just a wooden barrel mug. There are no actual other variants other than this color, the wooden barrel normal color. So we didn't really need to import the variant color because there's only that one option, but that's just how AliExpress works. It's set as color wooden barrel. So we can actually just change the product to be a simple product. So let's go back here, and wooden barrel mug, we can edit that one. And under variable product, we can just change that to simple product. We just need to manually pop in a price here. So $20.99, I think we were selling this one for, and go ahead and click update. All right, so now when we go ahead and reload this page, we should get a simple product. Here we are. So wooden barrel mug, $20.99 plus free shipping. I always think it's easier to use free shipping and just include enough margin in your pricing there to cover the cost of shipping to wherever you're shipping to. So a bit easier to set up really. And I think customers prefer to see free shipping rather than $15.99 plus $6 of shipping. It's just simpler and a better experience overall. But if you do want to learn a bit more about shipping in WooCommerce, I have done that WooCommerce setup tutorial earlier. That link is in the description. One more thing we need to tidy up, because we did change the product type from a variable product to simple product. Let's go back to our products page in DSers. So that's under DSers, My Products. You'll get a message there. Product type has been changed. We just need to remap the product. So go to the mapping page there and turn this on to activate the mapping method. From here, we go ahead and click set and default option, and then we set the variant there to the color, the wooden barrel that AliExpress used on their description, and then click save. There we go. So you'll need to do this method if you just want to sell one type of the item as a simple product in your WooCommerce store and then link it to AliExpress where they're using variable items. But in most cases, you'll probably be selling different sizes or different colors, and you can just leave it as a variable product and skip this step. Anyway, now that our product is all set up, let's see what the actual ordering process is like. So let's add this one to our cart. That will take us to our WooCommerce cart. Let's go ahead and go to the checkout. So the buyer would just fill in their details and their payment method and then click place order. And then they land on the confirmation screen and they'll get an email notification to their email address. So the customer will straight away get a thanks for your order confirmation email here. And in DSers, in your open orders, you'll find your awaiting orders here. So you can just go ahead and select all your open orders there and then go ahead and place the order on AliExpress. There you'll get your total price and go ahead and click confirm. That'll take a second to process, and then we can go to make the payment on AliExpress. That will take us to our AliExpress payment page. Now you can order the item, or you can actually select multiple items. If you go to filters here and all orders there, we can just select all the orders awaiting payment and then select search. And that will let you select multiple orders. So you get these little boxes here. You can just select all the boxes there and just pay them all at once. So pay for selected orders there. So if you're getting lots of orders, this is a quick way of doing it. Then you can go ahead and pay, and your supplier will put through the tracking number, and DSers will automatically update your customer when the package has shipped. And then back in DSers, your orders will move from awaiting order to awaiting payment. And then after awaiting payment, they'll move to fulfilled. So that is all there is to it. After they've been fulfilled for more than 4 months, they'll move over to archived. So you'll have a 4-month archive of all your fulfilled orders. And that's how you manage ordering in DSers. We can also see back in WooCommerce under orders, we've got our order there, processing, and that will update to shipped when the shipping is done and the tracking number gets added there automatically. One last thing I'll talk about, which is important to understand when you're doing drop shipping. Most of these items come out of China and not all countries have great international shipping. The countries I've got here in my store are Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States. These are going to be 95% of your sales when you're dealing with English speaking customers. So these 6 are a good one to start with. If you want a few more countries to add to the list, Shopify have a good list of countries that have pretty decently fast international shipping. So 44 countries that support ePacket, and China Brands has a list of estimated shipping times. So I would not use any places like say Morocco where it's 28-day average, or Peru where it's 30-day average, for example. Just stick to countries that have decently fast shipping times. I'll share these links in the description, but probably this is a decent list of 44 countries to go for, but just double check how long the shipping time is. And if you think it's a bit too long, don't worry about it. If you just want to just stick to English speaking countries that account for most of your sales anyway, just go with these 6, but totally up to you. The real point is just avoid countries that are too isolated and going to have slow shipping that's going to cause you trouble. All right, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you've got your own store set up. If not, you can get started with some good web hosting. I'll put my setup tutorials here for web hosting. We've got tutorials for Cloudways and Vulture. I really like these methods, very powerful hosting at quite affordable prices. So check those out. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.